After this, I've noticed how Elon has started to amplify more Scandinavian far-right or conservative accounts like Peter Sweden, for example, who... Hello everybody. I wanted to do a video where I discuss the future of Twitter X and what exactly Elon is going to do with it now that the election is over. So Elon Musk has in the last 6 months used his platform Twitter X actively to campaign for Donald Trump. During the campaign, Elon expressed fear, perhaps jokingly, that if Donald Trump lost, he would be put in jail by the Democrats and get the Jack Ma treatment. Now that Trump has won and selected Elon Musk to head the new Department of Government Efficiency along with Vivek Ramaswamy, what will happen to Twitter X? Elon acquired Twitter in 2022 for $44 billion along with a group of co-investors. Since then, it's estimated that Twitter has lost approximately 90% of its shareholder value. So this has happened for various reasons, but a lot of it has to do with the exodus of particular types of accounts from the platform over this 2-year period. So I would say the first exodus would be the liberal celebrity group. This would be accounts like Elon Elton John or Jim Carrey, who left the platform almost immediately after Elon's takeover over more ideological differences and because of the reinstatements of particular accounts to Twitter. Recently, after the election of Donald Trump, accounts like Jamie Lee Curtis or Stephen King have come out and said that they're leaving and closed down. Most of them did so citing the increased toxicity of the platform. The second group that have left Twitter is the brand accounts. Over 100 big brand advertisers and accounts have stopped advertising on Twitter. This would be accounts that include Disney, Apple, IBM, Sony, Paramount, Warner Brothers, etc. They have stopped advertising and mostly stopped posting to their accounts. This has led to a revenue loss from Twitter of about $75 million per year. Most of them cited the reasons of anti-Semitic and hate speech content appearing on the timeline close to their advertising. This has led to the infamous "Go F Yourself" moment that Elon Musk had in the New York Times interview, and he is currently following this up with antitrust lawsuits against some of these conglomerates.
You hope don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go F yourself.
The third and most recent trend in Twitter, the Twitter exodus, has been the institutional accounts. This would be accounts that recently announced their departure, like the Guardian newspaper, the left-leaning progressive UK newspaper, and the Spanish La Vanguardia, that's considered a center-right outlet based in Barcelona. I don't understand Spanish politics very well, so you're free to correct me if this is wrong. Many of these institutions are leaving Twitter for other platforms like the Meta Facebook subsidiary Threads, the Jack Dorsey's former Twitter clone Blue Sky, who has had a user base growth from about 9 million to 15 million since September this year, and the open source project Mastodon. In my own country of Norway, that Elon has had a very good relationship with, considering the widespread adoption of electric vehicles, especially the Tesla car. Most of this is happening because of the generous government subsidiaries to electric vehicle owners, like zero-charge toll road stations and exclusive access to highway lanes usually reserved for collective traffic like buses, which has led to a very good market for Tesla cars. And if you look at Elon's old Twitter history, you can see him giving and heaping high praise on Norway. This has changed recently, given that multiple Norwegian institutions have chosen to leave X, including the Norwegian police leaving before the election, the Bureau of Labor Statistics leaving after the election, and NRK, the state broadcasting channel, also leaving Twitter. So after this, I've noticed how Elon has started to amplify more Scandinavian far-right or conservative accounts like Peter Sweden, for example, who is constantly complaining about Norway's high wealth tax. the Norway's millionaire exodus, and how Norwegians have such a low support for his chosen candidate Donald Trump. Along with these announcements and all of these institutions leaving, I've noticed that there's been a suspicious uptick in what I initially believed to be pornbot activity, but in retrospect this seems to be something else. There is a type of account that I like to call the girlbot account. When I examined my Twitter followers, I noticed that many of them were ladies. Following me, they have 4-digit accounts that they follow, which means that they're following about, say, approximately 7,000, 8,000 accounts, and they only have about 2-digit followers. They have no content of their own, no posts, no pictures, just a profile picture and a name to them. So usually I would be notified about 2 to 3 times per week of these accounts following me. But after the election, I'm noticing that it's almost 5 of them per day. And many of these I'm not even notified about, so I have to go through my followers manually to check exactly how many there are and block all of them. So at first glance, I assumed that these were porn bots that were programmed to follow as many people as possible to get follow backs, and then later to promote their OnlyFans, fake adult dating websites and pornographic subscription websites. But I'm noticing that most of these accounts do in fact not have any links to pornographic material, or are not attempting to direct their user to anywhere else. They do in fact seem to have no other function than to follow as many people as possible. To test this out, I created a new account on Twitter, and after 2 days I was immediately followed by almost 10 of these girlbot accounts. So I'm suspecting now that these accounts are used for algorithmic manipulation and astroturfing, and not actually promotion of pornographic material. And I try to look for patterns with these girlbot accounts as to who they're following and exactly what kind of accounts they're boosting, and I could not find any specific pattern. It seems like they follow everybody. And I also asked some of my followers on Twitter if they had a similar problem. I got 19 responses, and most of them claimed to have about 50 plus of these accounts following them. I now suspect that these accounts are either created by Twitter themselves or created by a third party for some other purpose and then ignored by Twitter because it helps to astroturf their platform while users are leaving. I've also noticed another type of bot that has started to show up with disturbing regularity. That is what I like to call the pro-Elon troll bots, who show up to reply to posts that are critical of the direction of Twitter X. An example of this would be this account that I saw called GrokFan. Grok, by the way, is the name of the Twitter AI, Elon's artificial intelligence. I don't know why anybody would call themselves this unless they're already some kind of synthetic user, but I cannot blame this on foreign governments like Russia and China. This seems to be 100% Elon's work, and these accounts go around and basically try to argue with people who disagree with the direction of X and really try to gaslight people into thinking that Twitter is better than it is. So I'm really left with the question, like, if this is going to be what Twitter is, following Elon's ascension to be a part of the American government, that it's going to just be a sort of propaganda platform that he is using to gaslight the remaining right-wing followers that are there into accepting the policies that he is pushing forward and accepting his talking points. If you have some different view, please leave a comment and leave a like. Thank you.